It's great that I started this men's community to help men, and I enjoy the conversations I'm having, even the sad ones. One of the saddest conversations I had with a gentleman that talked about how plenty of men were saying this, that he is waiting for society to give him what's owed when it comes to recompense. And you can't wait to collect every penny. You're going to be waiting till you're dead, and then some. And I told him, you don't keep waiting, bro. And he was white. And a lot of men who talk like this say, black people complain about reparations, but then say things like this because they feel this way. That opportunity was taken from them. Taken from whom? Well, not the ruling class, taken by minorities, by women. And these same men will sit there and say, yes, minorities complain too much. They need to pull themselves up from the bootstraps, but then turn around and not live fulfilling lives because they're afraid of failure. They're not living to their fullest potential, so they're losers. And they know it, that's why they're angry, and they need someone to blame. So, hey, people that look like me, women, and other people that don't look like them fall under that scapegoat category. First off, society does not care about men enough to stop and listen to you to collect recompense, not even to give a shit enough to care about what you think that recompense is. Okay? Stop with that fantasy. Men that go their own way, MGTOW, men that value their peace, so they're not going to contribute to a society that doesn't care about men anymore. But you have men that are part of this group that then expect society to say, oh no, don't go, and then to crumble, and it's not. Society adapts, and it's moving on without you. It doesn't give a shit. Men are societal cannon fodder. You're tired of it, so you got to contribute to the society to change it. Not check the fuck out. I'm going to check the fuck out. And the problems are just going to get bigger, and it's just going to keep rolling on. And I know I'm going to have men who are going to complain and say, at least I got my peace, and that's why I checked out. But what peace do you have when you're so angry? When the majority of men that I talk to that try to live this lifestyle to check the fuck out are angry people, and a lot of them, especially white men, go down the road of bigotry. A lot of what's going on also with men is you feel you can't control your women anymore, like they were always yours, and now you have to do so much for them when all they're asking is for you to be a good fucking person and to contribute financially. And if you're with someone who is trying to take advantage of you, yeah, that's a toxic person. But to then think, well, this is what women want, no. And you have these white men that start these podcasts that are always bigoted, like the Whatever Podcast. The Whatever Podcast will sit there and always post, look at their Facebook wall. It's always posting things about black folks and other minorities. Why? And then the other thing is they always invite these women on there that are not actual women, the average woman. They'll invite porn stars and interview them like they're just average fucking women, right? Other women on there, Instagram models and so forth, because what they're trying to market is, oh, this is what women are. They're after the money. They're just after a good time. Okay. So a lot of men are sitting here ingesting this bullshit and wonder why they're so miserable and not contributing to their own fulfillment, not living a life that is worth living, even to their own standards, and they're not. Even if your standards are low, people want to be happy through some type of fulfillment, through achieving something, and that's why you're so angry if you're getting offended, because you know you're not living a fulfilling life, even by your own standards. We're all built with that within us, of wanting something more, something better for ourselves. And a lot of us as men are afraid of failure and afraid to go out there and to try to achieve. And to sit here and say that I expect recompense and I'm going to collect every single penny off of what when you've never built anything to take away from you? And these minorities that have their hands in your pocket, what do they have to take from you when you have nothing? And that's why you're so angry. You have nothing that you've built, nothing that was really given to you. So what's taken away from you? Opportunity? Opportunity not even taken? And my favorite rebuttal, well, because it was taken away before I could take it. And I say bullshit. Because of all the men that I've run into in these men's groups, there's a lot of men that are just very angry for the wrong reason. And they want to blame other people when most of our problems stem from ourselves. And we are a biggest obstacle. It's really sad when these men want to have this fantasy when they know that the world doesn't care about you. But then you expect it to by going your own way. That'll show them society's going to crumble. That'll show them because I'm not going to take this anymore. And I'm not going to work the 9 to 5 because it's bullshit. I'm not going to play the corporate game because it's bullshit. I've heard all of this from men. And there is this expectation within the fantasy that society will crumble, that the ruling class will be brought down to their knees, and it's not going to happen. Because you know you have other groups of people, like women, that are taking up the mantle and running when it comes to their own success. And now, goddammit, these women expect so much from me. Yeah, to be a good fucking person. And to bring your own money to the table so you're not just being taken care of. Right? And a lot of men can't handle that. And when I talk to these men in my men's group, it's very sad of the expectation that men have when it comes to dating. It's like you think you're your grandfather. Where it used to be that men could just be the bare minimum of just being a provider, not even a good person. Where it's very common that grandpa had a second family, maybe a third family across town, maybe in the same town. Everybody knew about it. You know, grandma knew about it. But hey, what's she going to do? Go someplace, leave? Couldn't leave. And it's always about, well, at least he provides. And you have to update your firmware as a man, understand what life is now like, and adapt. And a lot of us aren't doing it because you're tired, when most of us have not even really tried and can't be tired, therefore. And for those that want to sit there and give examples of them trying in life and doing things in life, and then you want to sit there and say, well, the answer is what? Ultimately, it's really going your own way. What does that mean to you? When there is always this thing that men have, and you can call it a voice, where again, there's this expectation that society is going to pay for doing this wrong thing to you by making you fail, by making you check out. And it's not. Nature doesn't work like that. Society doesn't work like that. It just keeps moving on with or without you. Right? And men say, well, I'm just tired of the game and I'm just going to check out completely, but you never check out completely. And that's why you're so angry, because you want something from society and from the game of what's called society. You want something from it, and yes, you do. Those that want true peace don't ask for those things at all. Don't expect recompense for anything. And a lot of men will say these things as if they're going on monk mode, use that word monk mode, but not really know what that means. Men out there that want to better their lives, subscribe to this channel, follow the solemnsir.com, or type in Solemn Sir on Google. A men's community that helps men grow up. Honestly, I failed, you all fail, but I don't blame other people for the problems that come my way. I don't blame entire groups of people for the problems that come my way. You can blame your asshole boss, asshole coworkers, your jackass neighbors, but you have to grow up and understand that when things or people do get in the way, you can't write it off as just those people. You can't say, I'm going to check out, so screw this, and then have the expectation that society is going to crumble, that women will be on their knees, and this attitude and the things that men say because they expect these to happen, this consequence of checking out. If you want peace to that point where you don't want to be a part of society, then live that life and move on. But that's not what men are doing. And this is where I come in, because I want society to be better. And in a society that's better is a society with less angry people and less violence because of it, less bigotry because of it. So I'm here trying to be the good guy and extending that olive branch. I still have men that cuss me out. I'm not going to be nicer about what I'm saying, because that's not how you communicate when it comes to men. You have to be direct. This is what we respect. Be direct. We'll have an argument or two. If you want to go your own way, do so. But then don't expect some type of recompense, some type of repayment, because you know good and damn well that the world doesn't care and it's going to just move on.